What do US presidents do after their term? They commanded armies, controlled nuclear codes, shaped history. Then at noon on January 20th, they become ghosts. Civilians with secrets no one else can know. Some paint their demons, others build empires. One never stopped being president, he just changed buildings. These are the strange second lives of America's most powerful men. Number 13, George W. Bush, the man who paints souls. 2012, Bush picks up a paintbrush. His teacher, Dallas artist Gail Norfleet, watches his hands shake, not from age, from memory. 2013, hackers expose his paintings, self-portraits in the shower, vulnerable, raw. Then something shifts. He starts painting veterans, wounded warriors, the ones he sent to war. Portraits of courage, he calls it. Each face, a confession. Each stroke, an apology he'll never speak. The exhibition at SMU titled A Shining City on the Hilltop, Reagan's words. But Bush's eyes see something else in those portraits. Number 12, George Washington, America's first drug lord, 1797. Washington leaves the presidency. That same year, he built something at Mount Vernon, a whiskey distillery. Within 2 years, he's producing 11,000 gallons. The average Virginia distillery, 650 gallons. Washington's whiskey floods the market in unmarked barrels. No brand, no trace, just wood and alcohol moving through shadows. The most profitable operation at Mount Vernon. The father of our country became its first major liquor baron. They don't teach that at elementary schools. Number 11, Barack Obama, the Netflix shadow government, 2018. Obama signs with Netflix. Higher Ground Productions. The name itself, a message. They produce American Factory about post-industrial decay. Leave the World Behind, about societal collapse. Every project, a warning disguised as entertainment. Michelle beside him, crafting narratives that millions consume without questioning. The most powerful propaganda machine ever built by an ex-president. Streaming directly into your home, your mind, 24/7. What messages hide in those frames? What subliminal truths? Number 10, Thomas Jefferson, the academic architect, 1819. 10 years after leaving office, Jefferson doesn't retire. He builds. The University of Virginia rises from his mind. He calls it an academical village. But look closer. The architecture contains Masonic symbols. The layout mirrors ancient temples. Jefferson, the man who wrote "All men are created equal" while owning slaves, creates an institution that shapes American minds for centuries. Every president since has sent their children there. The programming continues. Number 9, Bill Clinton, the Grammy winner who speaks in code. 2 Grammys, not for his saxophone, for spoken word. 2004, Wolf Tracks, a children's book about predators. 2005, My Life, where he narrates his own mythology. The man who looked America in the eye and lied wins awards for his voice. Obama follows with 2 Grammys. Carter gets 1. They're collecting these awards like badges. Why spoken word? What frequency does a president's voice carry that we don't consciously hear? The Recording Academy knows. They always have. Number 8, William Howard Taft, the only one who transcended. 1921. Taft does what no president before or since achieved. He ascends to the Supreme Court, Chief Justice. Higher than president. He once said, "I don't remember that I ever was president," because he wasn't finished. The executive branch was just a stepping stone. For 8 years, he shapes law itself. Dies in office, still wearing the robes. The only man to control 2 branches of government. They made sure it never happened again. Number 7, Reagan, Eisenhower, Bush Sr. The Knights. 3 presidents knighted by the Queen of England. Reagan in 1989. They call it honorary. Knight Grand Cross of the Most Honorable Order of the Bath. But why Bath? What ritual occurs in those ceremonies? What oath do they take to a foreign crown? Sir Ronald, Sir Dwight, Sir George. American presidents bowing to British royalty. The revolution was a lie. We never truly left the empire. Number 6, Grover Cleveland. The glitch in the Matrix. The only president to serve non-consecutive terms until Trump, 1885 to 1889, then vanishes, then returns 1893 to 1897, like a program rebooting. He lost the electoral vote but won the popular vote. Sound familiar? The pattern repeats. Cleveland knew something about the presidency that made him come back. What did he discover in those 4 years away? What pulled him back to that chair? His personal papers were burned. By whom? No one asks. Number 5, John Quincy Adams, death in the Capitol, 9 terms in Congress. Congress after the presidency. They called him Father of the House. February 21st, 1848, he votes no on the Mexican War, stands to speak, collapses. They carry him on a sofa, not a stretcher, a sofa, to the Speaker's office. Dies there 2 days later, the only president to die in the Capitol. His last words: "This is the last of Earth. I am content." Content with what? What did he see in those final moments in the building where laws are made? Number 4, Calvin Coolidge, the silent prophet. 1930 to 1931, Coolidge writes newspaper columns, Thinking Things Over with Calvin Coolidge. The president known for saying nothing suddenly has much to say, then stops, abruptly. His columns predicted the Depression's depth, Roosevelt's rise, the coming war, too accurate, too specific. They pulled his column. He never wrote publicly again, died 2 years later, the only president born on July 4th, the only one silenced for knowing too much. Number 3, Dwight D. Eisenhower, the farmer who knew. Eisenhower retires to Gettysburg, raises cattle, but not just anywhere. Gettysburg, the site of America's bloodiest battle. He tends earth soaked in blood, breeds life where 50,000 died, then donates it all to the government in 1967. Why? His farewell speech warned of the military-industrial complex. His farm sat on America's most haunted ground. What did the general see in those fields? What grows from that soil? Number 2, Jimmy Carter, the immortal humanitarian. Carter built homes for the poor, won the Nobel Peace Prize, passed away at 100 on December 29th, 2024, the longest-lived U.S. president. He monitored elections in authoritarian states, negotiated with difficult and sometimes violent actors, went places sitting presidents can't, did things they won't. He said he'd choose the Carter Center over 4 more years as president. Why? What freedom comes after the office that the office itself denies? What chains break when you leave that chair? Number 1, Theodore Roosevelt, the one who almost didn't return. 1912, Roosevelt loses the election, takes his son to explore Brazil's River of Doubt, an uncharted tributary of the Amazon. 7 months, 15,000 miles, he contracts malaria, infection, nearly dies in jungle darkness. His son later wrote that his father begged to be left behind, to die there. Why? What did Roosevelt see in that jungle? What primordial truth did the River of Doubt reveal? He returned changed, died 6 years later, but his son said he really died in Brazil. The man who came back was someone else. The presidency doesn't end, it transforms. These men carry nuclear codes in their memory, state secrets in their silence. Some paint, some build, some disappear into jungles and never fully return. They know what happens in the Situation Room at 3 a.m. They've seen the classified files, the real ones, and then they're released back into the world, walking among us, watching, waiting. What burden breaks them? What truth haunts them? Why do they all age decades in 4 years, then spend their remaining years trying to forget or atone? Comment below, which post-presidency transformation disturbed you most? What are they not telling us? Subscribe if you're ready to see what happens to those who touch ultimate power. The presidency isn't a job, it's a metamorphosis, and there's no going back.